Let's invite Aaryan Morrison back to the stage one last time to hear a few parting words. Aaryan?
Thank you, everyone. In 1959, Ruth Bader Ginsburg graduated first in her class at Columbia Law School. Just over 1,000 miles away, in that very same year, America's Junior Miss was founded with the intent to provide young women scholarship money so they could more easily access and utilize their own agency. These were the first small murmurings of change. But who was there today? At this time, there were only 16 female members of Congress serving in Washington, D.C. Women made up 33% of the workforce, but held a negligible percent of decision-making positions in the federal government. In 1961, the Supreme Court ruled that women were to be less likely to be selected on juries because they were understood to be the center of home and family life. Again, I asked, change was knocking, but who was on the other side of the grand mahogany doors to answer? When the founders of America's Junior Miss launched their scholarship program, they branded themselves as radicals. Not many in the American South at the start of the 60s believed in the independent and self-sufficient female. The belief of those that did certainly fell short of creating a whole program to give this female access to funds and opportunities to act on her own behalf. Thus, Junior Miss became the first organization to endeavor to provide women with resources to enhance their own position. The program didn't give them an agenda to follow or outline standards to which they were required to conform. Junior Miss simply made itself available to women ready to act on their potential. In the decades to follow, women would be granted equal pay, protection from discrimination in the workplace, and protection from discrimination in schools. This stage tonight has once again been home to the women that pushed for and benefited from these changes. Junior Miss endowed their generations the necessary skills to accomplish each of these feats. We learned to translate our passion for dancing, singing, writing, and painting into something palpable. We learned to introspect, grow in confidence, and then speak to our own strengths. We learned to walk with poise, pride, and power, and stand in front of a microphone and speak our minds for a whole crowd to hear. This is a legacy that opens its arms to women from all walks of life, including a first-generation American with South African parents. Parents who definitely didn't have anything like this when they were growing up. More so than many established institutions, Junior Miss has expanded and changed to meet the needs of a diversifying female community. Public speaking was incorporated as it was becoming apparent that a woman's voice mattered. In the past year, I've been able to use my own voice to advocate for immersive international education and forum with public officials about the state of international development. The name of this portion of the program was changed from Poise and Appearance to Self-Expression, setting the precedent to relegate the role of a woman's physical appearance to an archaic criteria of the past. Thus, her character would now speak 10 times louder than the color of her dress. For me, this reaffirms that I can walk into any interview unapologetically displaying my full mane of pearls. I am now the one who decides what is business formal and the way in which I express myself. In 2010, America's Junior Miss became a distinguished young woman. As a drastic change in the concept of womanhood loomed on the horizon, this program initiated its welcome. In officially differentiating ourselves from pageants, we definitively stepped into a new age of methods of defining the woman. The adjective distinguished allows each participant to internalize that word and find her own meaning. At nationals, my mantra was there is no one way to be distinguished. Therefore, I didn't try to be someone I wasn't. I just tried to be the best version of myself. The lasting value of this program is its emphasis on integrity. Every alum offered me unique wisdom from their time, but one sentiment drew it all together. Be yourself, be genuine, show integrity. When we take this wisdom, society changes for the better. As of 2019, women make up 48% of the workforce and hold 127 seats of power on Capitol Hill. The UN has even said that peacekeeping negotiations, including women, are more durable and likely to succeed than those without. This is the legacy to which these girls, the judges, and so many of you in the audience this evening have contributed. No words or sentiment can express my gratitude, the gratitude I have for empowering me to find my space in this world of progress. For 60 years, Indiana has produced class after class of change makers, and ladies and gentlemen, tonight I can tell you that there are no signs of this phenomenon coming to a halt. This speech has not been the story of one. My 2-year and counting journey has not been the story of one. The history of America's Junior Miss and Distinguished Young Women in the state of Indiana is not a story of singular winners or the one this evening. It is the story of the collective. Of chair people like Sheila, Shane, and Julie, who give an unimaginable amount of time to this program solely because they care so deeply about the impact it will have on the lives of their girls. Of host families and drivers like Jeff and Kathy Young and Mr. Kevin Taylor, who rearrange their lives for the week to give us homes of support and encouragement. Of judges and alumni who return to the pit or the back of the auditorium to pass on the skills someone so long ago graciously gave to them. Of role models and the ones whom they inspire. To my dance girls, to Lily, Anna, Whitney, Lily, Iris, Bridget, Mara, Jara, anyone else that's here tonight, I love you all so much. You guys are the best part of this whole crazy adventure. And of the families who tell their young women they can do anything. They pave the whole runway with their blood, their sweat, and tears, only to one day step back and watch us fly away. You all opened those great mahogany doors and let us in. You empower us to apply for jobs that contribute to 48% of the workforce. You elect us to represent you, 127 seats strong. We are the collective that write the story of distinguished young women. Thank you for so diligently reading my chapter. May the next author come to realize this legacy for herself.